Here's my 1995 C2500 Chevrolet Suburban, 3/4 ton, rear wheel drive only, but that's been fine for me. I use it to tow that 32-foot trailer that you see right behind there. It does a great job, but recently it has been having some problems. Hoping to get some input on as far as some engine performance. Let's go take a look. I'll show you a few things. This has got the 7.4 liter engine, 454, 410 gears, made for towing, and it does a pretty good job, like I said. I'll start it back up here. I had it running a few minutes ago. It's the dead of winter right now, so it'll idle pretty good, smooth. Temperature gauge always seems to run cold. This is that might be somewhat close to accurate. I drove it around for a few minutes and I think it's about 0 degrees out here right now, but it's never really going to get any higher than that. Most of the time that temperature gauge, lower right hand corner, hangs out just above 100, maybe between 100 and that first hash mark, which may be what, 160, 175. That's obviously colder than the engine's actually running, so something's going on there. I've replaced a bunch of stuff, which I'll show you in a minute. It's still not fixing it. You can see the oil pressure gauge is not accurate. It bounces around. I need to replace that sensor as well and see if that fixes it. Idle's okay. It feels a little rough right now as I'm sitting here idling. It doesn't really bounce around on the tach. Sometimes if it's cold, especially when it's cold, and I throw it in gear to go after starting it, letting it run for a minute maybe, it'll die. If I put too much of an electrical load on it, it'll die, even though my voltmeter looks fine there, and the alternator's been replaced in the last year. Not quite sure what's going on there. Let's take a look under the hood. .4 liter, like I said, 454, biggest engine they made in this vehicle. So here's what I have replaced so far, trying to figure out this inaccurate temperature gauge. The coolant temperature switch, which is right down there, and actually that's not the switch, that's the coolant temperature sensor is what that's called. That's been switched twice. I heard that can make an engine run rough and mess up some things because it gives the computer the wrong signal about the engine temperature. I replaced that twice, thinking maybe the first one was defective. That did not fix the problem. I have flushed the coolant. I have replaced the thermostat in there 2 times, thinking maybe the thermostat was stuck open. That did not fix the problem. It had a new radiator cap in case there was any cooling system issues, along with the cooling system flush. Down there, where you see that little bit of gold, that's the coolant switch, or the coolant fan switch. That's been replaced, thinking that might be the problem. That's the left side. Well, left from what I'm looking at, it's the passenger side, or probably the right side of the engine block. Other side, another one. That sensor is, from what I understand, it gives you the coolant temperature going to the dash, going to the gauge that you see in there. I replaced that, thinking maybe it was just putting off a bad signal. No dice. The connector is replaced also, in case there was a wiring issue. That has not fixed it. You may or may not be able to see in there, EGR valve has been replaced. This MAP sensor, if I'm saying that right, barometric pressure sensor, I replaced that, thinking any of those things might have been throwing something off. Nothing. One thing I did find, along with getting the plugs and wires replaced, is a mystery connector under here. Not sure if you'll be able to see this or not. It's gray, it's got 4 ports, it's just hanging there. I have no idea what that goes to. I can't find anything under there that's got a 4-port opening. There's nowhere to pull that. It's got about a ½ inch of play in the wiring. Any ideas? Let me know. Another mystery connector down here that's unattached that I found. 2-port connector, blue lockdown. It's just folded down here. I have no idea what it goes to. It does not go into either one of the sides of these things, which just seem to be power junctions. One of them runs to this hood light right here. I don't know what that goes to. Maybe that could smooth some things out if I get those plugged back in. Any suggestions? Let me know. That's what I got on this 95 Suburban. Like I said, a few issues with the accuracy of the temperature gauge. It's running rough. At times it'll die when it's cold and I put it in gear to go. It just feels real bogged down. Sometimes after it warms up, and I mean it takes 20-30 minutes to warm up, which is unrealistic, it may run a little better. Any suggestions? Post or comment below. Thank you.